The 1-2. Swing and a miss! Greatness from Gage! A no-hitter!
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and it's time for a College World Series update video, and LSU takes out UCLA, although UCLA was actually my pick to go all the way. They still have a chance, but Louisiana State is looking incredible. The powerhouse. We're going to break down the game that just took place. That took 2 days to complete because it got postponed after a weather delay yesterday, but we got to start with the big story. And it's all about the Arkansas Razorbacks. They are one of the heavy favorites in this College World Series, but they lost on Saturday to LSU 4-1. Zach Root struggled, and he was surprisingly pulled in the second inning with 2 outs. There were 2 guys on. He had given up 3 runs. He walked a couple guys. He didn't look particularly sharp. But Gabe Gackle came in. He had a great day, threw 6 strong, 10 strikeouts, kept Arkansas in the game, but unfortunately for them, LSU had Cade Anderson, who threw 7 innings, giving up just 6 hits. LSU won that game, but we're talking about Arkansas because even though they lost the opener, they bounced back in a huge way against Murray State behind one Gage Wood, who threw a spectacular no-hitter. He struck out an insane 19 batters, and he was nearly perfect. He hit 1 batter in the 8th inning. Murray State played well. Their pitcher, Isaac Silva, he pitched very well, but there was just no chance against Wood. Absolutely not. He struck out 19 of the 28 batters he faced, and this is a very strong offensive team in Murray State. They're in the College World Series, so it's not like they're just taking on some nobody team. This is a very good team that have beaten some of the best to get to where they're at, and he went out there and struck out 19 of 28. He threw 119 pitches. First no-hitter in the College World Series since 1960 when Jim Wixon did it for the OSU Cowboys, for Oklahoma State. So what an amazing performance right there. Absolutely historic. And it's going to probably give Arkansas a huge jolt. And they're going to need one after losing the opener. And that game, by the way, also eliminated Murray State because they lost their opener in a very hard-fought game against UCLA. The Bruins won that game 6-4, but again today, as I said in the opening of the video, they lost to Louisiana State. And this is the game that started yesterday, was eventually suspended because of the weather. UCLA took a 3-0 lead in that one, but LSU bounced back with 4 runs in the bottom half of the first, thanks in large part to this swing of the bat from Jared Jones.
3 on the left side of the infield. This ball is driven high and deep, right center field, and it is over and gone. A 3-run home run for Jared Jones.
Landon Stump struggled for the Bruins. He gave up 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 runs in 2 innings. LSU picked up another run later on an RBI base hit from Luis Hernandez. Then the game was suspended. They were up 5-3. Play resumed this morning, and LSU hangs on to win it. Shout out to Cal Randall of UCLA. He looked amazing out of the bullpen, and he's a local kid in California who I followed in high school. Struck out 3 batters out of the pen, but the LSU bullpen was also awesome. They were able to shut down the UCLA bats. UCLA will now take on Arkansas tonight, and the winner of that game will face LSU tomorrow. Over in bracket number 1, Coastal Carolina, well, they are coasting. That's what they do. They took out Arizona. Now, Owen Kromkowski, I thought he would be better than his previous start. He was a little bit better, but he still gave up 3 runs and 9 hits in 5 innings. Coastal Carolina just attacked him and the Arizona pitching staff with small ball, base hits, a sac bunt here, a stolen base there. Just solid production. The game was still tied, though, in the 8th inning. It was 4-4 with 2 outs. When Wells Skies ripped a double, and then Sebastian Alexander picked up an RBI hit to score what would end up being the game-winning run. They ended up picking up a couple more runs, but behind Riley Eichhoff, Cameron Flukie, and Dominique Carbone's pitching, Coastal Carolina wins that one 7-4, and they send the Wildcats to the losers bracket, where they end up getting eliminated by who? Louisville. I said it right now. Louisville 8-3. And they end up in the losers bracket after they lost to one of my top picks, Oregon State, in an absolutely amazing game. I got to recap this game right here really quickly. Dax Whitney threw 5+, 9 strikeouts, no earned runs. Oregon State was up 3-1 in the 9th inning, but then a triple from Zion Rose, a base hit to bring him in, made it 2-3, and then later in the inning, Kamayu Neighbors had a chance to tie up the ball game.
Tying run at third for Kamayu. Neighbors on a line into center, and this game's tied at 3.
It was a dramatic moment for Louisville, but in the bottom of the 9th, Arquette picked up his 3rd hit of the game, and up to the plate stepped Gavin Turley.
Turley on a line to left into the corner, and all the way toward the wall. Rose cuts it off. Arquette gets the windmill. Alisay's throw, not in time. The Beavers walk it off.
So that's how Oregon State won the opener. It was a dramatic nail-biter of a game, and that put Oregon State in a matchup against Coastal Carolina. Oregon State had Ethan Kleinschmidt on the mound. He hadn't given up more than 2 runs in a game in over a month. He had struck out 11 in 6 innings against Florida State in Super Regionals, but against Coastal Carolina, he ran into problems right away. Things just kind of fell apart there in the first inning. Arquette made a throwing error. Not his first error of the College World Series. He's kind of struggling defensively. A balk sent a runner to second. Then Kleinschmidt walked a guy, hit a guy, and you just felt like a big hit was coming, and it happened. It was a double from Colby Thorndike, and it put up Coastal Carolina 3-0. They never relinquished the lead. Oregon State picked up a run on an Easton Taut blast. And then in the 9th, down 6-1, Turley homered, but that was it. Coastal Carolina ends up winning the ball game 6-2, and they are now in the winner's bracket for a game tomorrow, and it's going to be a game against, we don't know yet, depending on who wins between Oregon State and Louisville, and that game is about to take place. Again, Oregon State, they lose to Coastal Carolina. Louisville lost the opener to Oregon State, but beat Arizona, eliminating Arizona. So that's where we stand right here, right now. Super exciting stuff right now. A lot of teams are still alive in this one. But the 2 teams right now that are rolling through their brackets that haven't lost yet are LSU in bracket number 2 and Coastal Carolina in bracket number 1. My pick for the final national champion or the final game was UCLA against Oregon State. Both those teams now have losses. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. The final score again, LSU 9, UCLA 5 to win that one. The powerhouse taking care of business. Let me know your guys' thoughts in this College World Series. It's been super exciting. How about that no-hitter? Wow. Absolutely amazing stuff. You guys have a wonderful day. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. And we'll talk to you in the next update.